Hello everyone, this is the Masked Crusader again. This is the next weekly snapshot of my MineZ Zombie Survival Clone type plugin for Bucket. The version is available on the Bucket dev page, at least it should be. I've loaded it and it will be available. There have been only a few changes in this episode, or in this thing, not this episode, this version, because it's been a little bit difficult. First of all, I changed ender pearls to grenades, so if I throw an ender pearl, it is a grenade, which makes it a lot of fun. This was probably the funnest thing I built because it allowed me to really have fun killing zombies. I changed chests. Oh, yeah, I changed chests and how they work, and I'll show that in a little bit later in the video. You'll see, because they take a little bit of explaining. The nice thing about it is I'll just wait. Just wait. You'll see it in a minute. So anyways, I made ender pearls into grenades. They launch, they blow up. The world is still protected so that when they go off, they don't blow anything up. Right now, they don't also blow up your player placed anything. So that's good. I rewrote how things are placed. Last time in the last video I mentioned that you could place buttons, you could place torches, you could place melons, and you could place spider webs, but I made it so that you could only destroy them if they were player placed. The next exciting thing is I made zombies faster. So that took a while trying to figure out exactly how, because it was very difficult. But let's go ahead and set time to midnight so I can show off how they spawn. It takes a second for the spawning algorithm. The next version will have a custom spawning algorithm that will spawn them during the day or night. It won't matter if they're spawned or not. The problem with that is, well, I'll explain. So, see, is that guy moving? When they're just walking around by themselves, they walk the normal speed. If they move, see that guy? He's walking normal speed. They're just normal. They're good. But if I get too close to this guy, he kicks it into high gear once we get close. I set it to almost double speed, not quite. But see, he runs. He's a little bit faster. Whoa! He's a little bit faster than you are walking, but he's a little bit slower than you are when you sprint. So that made it nice, because your speed is normal when you're walking and your double speed when you're sprinting. And if I set the zombies to double speed, they could sprint the same speed as you. And I wanted you to be able to get away. But in a future version, when I add configurations, that will be a configurable amount. See, you just got an idea with me, and he's running and he's fast. When you hit them, they do get hurt for a second, so it slows them down. But it's only hurt for a second. Once they realize they're not dead, they start running again, which is really cool. And I didn't do anything for that. That's how the game works. So let's get this guy's attention. He'll sprint. His AI is still kind of stupid, but if I hit him, he stops for a second because it hurts, and then he speeds up again. So I think that's a way cool feature, and I did not add that, like I said. That's part of Minecraft itself. So, sped up zombies. I made ender pearls into grenades, and I'm protecting the world from these things. Now, because I added my own zombies, and I'm spawning my own zombies, the problem with that is if I try to kill myself, which I can't because OPs are immortal. If I went, let me de-op myself. If I de-op myself and I hurt myself, I guess I can just go find a zombie and have him eat. Well, I'll just do it right here. If I de-op myself and I kill myself, a zombie doesn't spawn anymore because of the way I changed the zombie spawning algorithm. So that zombie that should have appeared didn't. And the reason it broke is two reasons. One is because I changed the way zombies spawn. I set it to spawn my class instead of the regular zombies, and when I spawn my class, I haven't found a way to get its ID yet. So I'm working on that. If anybody knows how to get the ID of a custom mob on Bucket when you spawn it customly, not a built-in version, built-in mob, send it to me so that I can get my zombie IDs and I can attach the inventory to them, because that's sort of important. But that's what's holding it back. There's a regression, and I'm going to be doing some research this next week to figure out how to get that identifier so that I can attach the... Ooh, ouch. Yep, hurt you. Go away, go away. So, there's that. Now, I'm going to split off, and I'm going to talk about chests. Alright, this is a Master Crusader, and right now, for this section, I'm talking about chests. Now, I'm in the game right now without the plugin running, because you have to set up your custom chests without the plugin running, so you can place them. You can, as a player in the game, place a chest down on the ground, but it acts like anything else you place, a button, a melon, whatever. Chests will despawn after 10 minutes, and they will drop all their contents. Now, when you load a chest, there are some things. To make it a random chest, you have to first do a couple things. You have to load it up with the items you want to randomly spawn. So I'm going to put these items in. And they don't have to go here. They just have to go into the chest. Now, if I want... The way this works is it chooses a random number of items to spawn. And it does that by using tripwire hooks, because they kind of look like a key. That's why I used a tripwire hook, because it's kind of a key. All right, so the way you do this is, if you want, it does math. It takes the location of the key in this, and each of these locations in the chest are numbered 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way up to 26, because there's 27 slots in a chest. And if it's a double chest, it's even bigger. It'll go farther. And it doesn't matter, because it just matters where you put this key. So what it'll do is it'll take the number of keys in the chest in a stack. This is going to be really confusing, so let me just put it this way. So if I put, I'll give you an example. If I put 2 keys in slot 0, it'll choose a number of between 0 and 2 items to spawn. If I want it to spawn a minimum somewhere in between 3 and 5, I put 5 keys. Let's get 5 in there. If I want it to spawn between 3 and 5, I put 5 keys in slot 3. And that way it'll choose a number between 3, 4, and 5, and it'll spawn that many keys. What it does is it takes the number of the slot and it subtracts it from the number of keys, and then it chooses a random number in there, in between those 2 numbers, and then it adds on the number of the slot you're in. So if you want it to spawn between 0 and 5, you put 5 in the 0. If you want it to spawn between 3 and 6, you grab a 6th key and you put it in slot 3. That way, you can load up each chest with exactly what you want it to spawn, and wherever it finds this key is how it determines how many items to spawn. Now, if you've ever played MineZ in the town of Grimdale, in the church in Grimdale, there's a chest that has exactly 5 potions in it every time you open it. And the way you do that in my plugin is you grab 5 keys and you place them in slot 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I put 5 keys in slot number 5, it will always spawn 5 items. If the number of keys matches the slot number, it will always spawn that many items. Okay? So that's how you set up custom chests. And the reason I do it that way is because you can set up your chests in-game. You don't have to write a config file for every chest. And when this chest is opened, I'll show that in just a minute. But if you don't want it to be random, if you want it to spawn the exact same thing every time, don't put any keys in. Just put what you want it to spawn. So I will put these in, and it will spawn those every single time. So now I'm going to go ahead and get these 2 chests set up, and I will show you it working in the plugin. All right, I'm back. This is how the chests work in game. The game's playing. You can see because I can't destroy stuff. So if I hit the chest, it drops the items, just like in MineZ. Now I set this one up to only spawn 2 items every time. So it will always choose just 2 items out of there, and it'll do. So, and that'll despawn after about 20 seconds. It'll just disappear. So actually, if I put some stuff in it, you'll see it pop that stuff when it despawns. There you go. So it gets rid of those, and now it'll respawn within 3 minutes. But I've got some commands in here, so if I try to respawn the chests and you're too close by, it says that chests will not respawn when you're close by. So you have to leave. And it checks an area within 10 blocks from the chest. So if I walk 10 blocks away and I redo that command, they pop back. And then you can go back. And this one still has its same 3 items. And this one will have 2 or 3. Ooh, it's doing 3 this time. I guess I didn't have it set up properly. But the chests work the same way that they do in MineZ, only they are easier to set up. Now there is a requirement for this version of the plugin. Your Java has got to be version 1.7. It is dependent on version 1.7 of Java. Go to java.com to get the latest version of Java and make sure that your bucket is running with Java 1.7. You will get amazing errors if you run it with anything less, because I'm using Java 1.7 features in order to run this this plugin. So, and there are 2 commands also. There's respawn chests. Oh, I'm too close. Got to walk away more than 10 blocks. And there's also despawn chests, which despawns any open chests. But since those chests haven't been flagged as open, they won't despawn until I open them. So that's it. Let's run down the changes. ops are invulnerable in this version. Zombies are faster when they see you. I've got hand grenades and chests. Next version will have probably some other fun stuff, and we'll see what next week holds. I'll release these on Sunday night, and we'll get them going. And please feel free to join in the discussion, either on the page on the Bucket Dev website or on the Trello. You can comment on any of the cards on Trello. You can't add cards, but if I get good enough suggestions, I will add them to the system. And now that I've got zombies running quicker, I can guarantee that the next version will have custom zombie spawning algorithms so that they spawn during the daytime. Because right now, they just follow the zombie spawning algorithm, and they will spawn only at night. But I'm going to change that. Whew. I'm done talking now. I could talk forever, I guess, but I'm done for now. It's not that big of an update, but I'm done. It's Master Crusader signing off. Go ahead and download it, run it on your server, and we will see you next week with another update for the TMC Zombie Survival plugin. Cheers.